life will never be the same. Cause girl, you came and changed the way I walk, the way I talk. I cannot explain.
Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode with Carbs and another little segment of Nerd Fitness. The lab coat has nothing to do with it, y'all. It's cold in my classroom. If you didn't know, I'm a classroom teacher and I'm looking over at the clock because I'm trying to get done so I can get out of here, okay? However, I'm gonna be a trooper and try to explain exactly how to customize your macros so that you can either maintain your current weight, put on weight, or lose weight. And I hope this is viewer friendly and you're not too overwhelmed, but I am a teacher and certain things I cannot help. I too need a visual and just little reminders so I can better be able to help you guys. So if you do not know what a macro is, I am going to link a video somewhere in the window. I suggest you stop this video, you check out that link first so you have an understanding of what a macro is, and consequently you're going to have a better appreciation for this segment. So let's get on into the actual numbers. So the first thing, I always try to explain what I'm showing you in steps. So the first thing that you need to figure out is how active you are. And that is basically called the TDE or TDEE, the total daily energy expenditure. And there are tons of scales out there. I simply decided to work with one that has the range of 12 to 14. Obviously, on the lower end of the scale, that would be for the folks who are a little bit more sedentary. So you probably have like a desk job. Okay, you're not walking around much, you're just kind of at your desk daily, and when you're home, you're pretty much on the couch. I used 14 because at the time, and my values are a little bit old, but I decided to just share that with you so you can understand exactly what I did to bulk. I was very, very active. I was working out in the gym, and I'm still working out in the gym, lifting the weights, but I was also swimming, actively dancing. I teach, so I do walk around. I mean, 98% of my day I'm just walking around the classroom trying to keep the kids on task and just kind of maintaining life at home, right? I do consider myself a very active female, so I decided to go with 14. So the first thing you need to do, just to kind of recap, is to figure out how active you are. Choose a number. Be honest with yourself. No one has to know what it is. And take that number and multiply it by your current body weight. So for me, it's 151 pounds. So 151 times 14 gave me a TDEE value of 2,114. And I'm going to leave that number here for a second because we're going to come back to it. The second thing you need to figure out is exactly how much you need to eat daily to maintain. Okay, this is all about maintaining your current weight because obviously the weight you started off with would be your current weight. On that note, before I forget, guys, if you do not have a food scale, I highly suggest you get a food scale. That is just going to help you be more successful with your weight goals, whether you're trying to simply maintain, bulk, or lose weight or cut. And I am going to link my food scale. I'm sure you could find many others out there, but I'll just link the one that I have. Okay, so you want to figure out how much you have to consume daily with regards to your macros. So you always figure out your protein and your fats first, and then you can figure out your carbs. Just to kind of state it again, if you do not have a scale in your kitchen, you probably need that because that helps you to keep accountable. It helps eliminate human error. Just kind of, you eliminate the guessing game, and it keeps you on track, okay? In my previous video, you would have learned that there is, it's suggested, just as a reference, you want to consume 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So for me, I am 151 pounds. So that means I'm going to be consuming on a daily basis 151 grams of protein. And the amount of calories I would get from that would add up to 604 calories. That is just from my protein. Okay, so if you didn't know, or if you didn't get a chance to check out that first video, 1 gram of protein is equal to 4 calories. So using that right here, I can figure out my total calories from my protein intake. Does that make sense? So 1 gram per pound, that means I'll be consuming 151 grams of protein daily. And from that, from 151 grams, I'll be getting a total of 604 calories. Then your fats, okay? Now, even though I'm bodybuilding and I did like a lean bulk, I did not eliminate fats. You still need fats. You still need your good fats for insulation and the production of hormones and just brain function, and the list can go on and on. You do want to make sure you consume some healthy fats. As a reference, you want to consume 0.4 grams of fat per pound of body weight. So for me, for my statistics, for 151 pounds, that would add up to 60.4 grams of fat per day. And from 60.4 grams of fat, I'll get a total amount of calories of, and I'm bending, 543.6 calories. Because for every gram of fat, you get 9 calories. Okay, so for every gram of fat, you get 9 calories. Okay, and if I have a total of 60.4 grams, that means I'm going to get a total of 543.6 calories. All right, so I'm not going to elaborate on carbs. You know, why carbs is a little bit different, but again, I do encourage you to pause the video, check out my first little nerd segment on macros, and you know, so you have a better understanding of carbs. People treat carbs as the enemy. Carbs are not your enemy. You still need your carbs, especially if you're trying to put on quality body mass. And you know, it's just all about regulation, and I'll elaborate on this in a little bit. But here you are going to bring back your TDEE value. So go back to the beginning of the video where I talked about TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure. My value here is 2,114, and you want to go ahead and take your total calories. So remember, for proteins I had 604 calories, and for fats I had a total of 543.6 calories. So my total calories for protein and fats worked out to 1,147.6 calories. So to find my total calories for carbs, I'm just going to subtract this number, my total calories for proteins and fats, from my total daily energy expenditure, and my carbs worked out to 966.4 calories. So this right here is just your calories, okay? We cannot measure calories on our food scale. What you can definitely do is measure the grams. So if 1 gram of carb is equal to 4 calories, then the question is, how many grams of carbs do I need to eat to get 966.4 calories? And when you cross multiply and then you divide, so that's 966.4 divided by 4, my total carbs worked out, my total grams, for carbs worked out to be 241.6 grams. I will tell you that I made life easier on myself, so I just rounded this up to 242 grams per day. Okay guys, I had to go erase my board and then put more information here so you guys can, you know, just follow me and follow what I'm doing. So remember, just kind of to recap the first section, remember you need to know where you're starting from. So you have to figure out your TDEE, I can never say that, your total daily expenditure, energy expenditure. And in my case, that was 2,114. And there are many ways to determine that. I'll put some links in the description box. For 151 pounds for my weight, I had to consume 151 grams of protein, 60.4 grams of fat, and 241.6 grams of carbs daily. Now, for any one of you, these figures will only reflect what you have to consume daily to maintain. So if you're happy with where you are, stay here. Pull out the food scale. In the morning, measure out your egg white. So whatever it is you have for breakfast, measure that out. Lunchtime, measure out your chicken breast. And, you know, just measure things and make sure you add up, you meet your daily requirements. That is how you stay on top of maintaining your current weight. Now, if you want to put on size, like let's say you want to get a little bit bigger. In my case, I had to, with regards to my fitness goal, I added between 250 to 500, I don't know why this says grams, it should be calories. Right, I'm so sorry, but 250 to 500 calories on top of my daily requirements. And you can do this however you want. Now, quite frankly, a lot of people do not like adding extra calories from fat for the obvious reasons. You can add it on to the carb intake. In my case, I added on to my protein. So, because I wanted more muscle. So I added 250 to 500 calories extra on top of my protein daily, and that was because of my bulk. Now, obviously, you cannot whip out the scale and measure the calories. What you have to do is measure the grams. So in order to figure that out, you have to divide by 4, okay? Because remember, 1 gram of protein is equal to 4 calories. Okay, so that is where that math came from. So regardless, let's say I added on 500 calories per day. I did 500 divided by 4, and that gave me 125 grams of protein on top of my daily requirement. How did I get that in? I ate. I ate like 6 to 7 meals a day. I did the occasional protein shake. That's a great way to get extra protein in. There's just tons of ways to pack on what you need. Now, if you're trying to lose weight, and a lot of you of my subscribers, my female lady subscribers, you always ask me about losing weight or cutting. Okay, how can I lose what and what? Simple, same concept, kind of. Cut out 250 to 500 calories per day if you need to. Just figure out what you want to do. And again, I went with fats because I figure a lot of people want to cut down on fat, right? So simply take the calories, so 500, if you want to cut out 500 calories per day, divided by 9, because for every gram of fat, you produce 9 calories of energy, so 500 divided by 9, and that gives you a total of 55.56. You can round it up to 56 if you want, and you cut this much out of your diet per day. So instead of eating this amount, you want to eat 55.5 grams less. Okay, so kind of drastic. These numbers, remember, they're just references. I'm sharing my statistics with you, my numbers with you, so these things are not set in stone. I suggest you look at the video from the very beginning, you pull out your notepad or your notebook, you grab a calculator if you need to, and you work through your tailored, your personalized macros with me, okay? And it's a great place to start. I think the video was simple enough. Just one little thing here, be careful with how much you add on and how much you cut. You do not want to add on too many calories because you're going to get bigger, okay? And I know some people dirty bulk, and I'm not going to go there. That's your personal decision. But I'm just saying, if you do add on too much, especially in the fat or carbs, you are going to put on more weight. And if that's your goal, then great. At the same time, you do not want to cut out too many calories here, because you can quite possibly lose your muscle gains. Okay, so just gonna be sensible about it. Take your time. There's no rush. I did a slow bulk. I also opted for not doing a dirty bulk for all the reasons that I felt were important to me. And when it's time to cut, these statistics will change one more time. So that's it. I hope this made sense to you. I never work with a script. I just really try to share my information with you guys. And leave me a comment below. I hope the video helps. Share it on your, give me a shout out on your Instagram, share it on your Facebook, on your Twitter, just wherever. And because I know a lot of people have questions with regards to macros, and I know how it felt when I was just starting to learn about macros, but I think I have a good understanding now, and I know my body, and it's just gonna be the same process for you. You have to start somewhere regardless. That's it, guys. Check me out on Instagram at @thecarrotspice. I have a Q&A coming up. I had some great suggestions for videos. I'm so appreciative. Any comments, just leave me below, and I really, really appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. It's terrible. Bye.